Is classic Call of Duty Zombies better? The modern Call of Duty Zombies versus the classic Nikolai and Takio and Dempsey and Richtofen. What is better? Starting off with a pistol or starting off with a rifle? Well, me, top gamer in the world, is gonna break it down. So let's start off with progression. I'm going to break down the classic version first because it came out first. So when it comes down to Call of Duty Zombies, spawning in the map, progression is very important. Slowly getting stronger is what makes every game feel refreshing, but modern Call of Duty Zombies and classic zombies go about it differently. Classic goes about it spawning in with 2 hits or 3 hits, and then desperately needing Jug. Trying to get the ray gun from the box and deciding what perks to get can be very challenging. The modern approach got rid of the box completely but decided to add the armor system, the tier system, and you starting off with a rifle but it's at tier 1. And when you want to upgrade, you need scrap and salvage to upgrade your stuff. That includes armor, which does get rid of the shield from classic zombies but doesn't make it easier. The shield only protects you from the back while the armor protects you from everything. Black Ops 6 also has augments to really change the game as well, outside in the main menu. Both of these games take the progression system a bit differently, which is kind of hard to talk about, because I would admit, be biased and say the classic was better, but if you started Cold War, you say the Cold War was better. I say the classic is better because you needed to find that gun and not just spawn in one, and just level that up the whole game. I think the beauty of the classic version is because you have to find that loadout. What perks are you going to use, and if it goes with your build? Or maybe you don't care and you can just take a spin of the Wonder Fizz, but modern Call of Duty Zombies kind of ruins that idea a bit, because the Wonder Fizz is where you can buy any perk now. It doesn't really matter if you have a map knowledge as long as you know where the Wonder Fizz is at. You also can get every perk. I mean, wow. The modern Call of Duty Zombies seems like it got a bit too easy for my liking until Black Ops 6 came out. The price of things has changed a bit, and there is way more special enemies on the field. I had to sit up on my chair multiple times because of the fact that if I don't, things can go south. The point system in Modern Zombies has been a big debate because if you like that one weapon that is very good and very fast killing, then that's what you need. In Classic, there was a use of bad weapons. You can use them to get points. If you run out of points in Black Ops 6, you are toast. You have to try to get kills off of assists now. So the progression system really can go both, they just handle things very differently. I give both points to modern day zombies and classic zombies. But let's move on to the story. As much as I love the classic zombie storyline, it was a bit convoluted to my liking. Every rock and paper needed to be explained. I wish it was more simple, which is why I like the modern Call of Duty Zombies. The storyline is a bit more easy to follow. It still has its mystery, but I would say a casual can say they can follow it a bit more. I don't know how long would that be until things start hitting the fan, but I like the fact there is notes that you can read in the menu and audio logs for you to follow. Yes, classic zombies had that, but it was in-game, and it can be annoying when a zombie is trying to hit you and you're just trying to listen. But unfortunately, in my opinion, the characters are not really memorable in modern day zombies. The classic characters were stereotypes, but you can remember them. They were funny and fun to play with. Modern COD zombies seems a little bland to my liking, but as time goes by, I do believe we will come to like them. So I'm giving this point mainly because I do feel like we can, a community, follow it a bit more. Modern Zombies takes a point. Just gonna turn off everything. I like the numbers. It's like Dead Island. Oh, so you do like the numbers. I mean, hey man, to each his own. The HUD in modern Call of Duty Zombies does seem a little soulless. It is literally ripped out of multiplayer and Warzone. It's very arcade mode with the numbers, health bars, portraits, like it all seems so much. Now in Classic, it was easier to get immersion because the world grabbed you and you can explore without everything trying to get you like a lottery machine. Now this is subjective, which is why I would spend a moment for you, the viewer, to decide which one you like. I do understand that you can edit in BO6, which is really great. You can edit everything you're liking. But let's take a moment to actually look at the gameplay.
I swear I'll pop a skull for every day this prison's full for me.
Please stand by.
Max ammo!
Now for me personally, I would give my point to Classic. I do understand that you can edit it in BO6, which is really great. Like I said, you can edit everything you're liking. I just like how the perks look in the Classic Zombies, the color bars of each player, how every map changed the design of your perks and the font of your numbers of bullets you have in your gun. I personally can get more involved into the world. I can see myself really enjoying the experience and just see how interesting it is. Now in modern Call of Duty Zombies you play as operatives. It's very bland compared to the classic zombies, but Black Ops 6 does have a core crew, but can that core crew live up against the classic crew? Only time can tell, which is why it's hard to judge as of right now. If Black Ops 6 had just operatives, I would give my point to the classic zombies in a heartbeat. The core crew does have some potential to be good, but still I give my point to the classic zombies because of how memorable they look and how different they all play in the core group. I mean, Richtofen, the mad scientist, Nikolai, an alcoholic. Obviously I'm talking about the Ultimus group, and the Primus group is just as memorable as well, just letting everyone know. But let's move on to the difficulty. Now, modern Call of Duty Zombies has the upgrade system, the abilities, the score streaks, and in Black Ops 6 they brought back gobblegums. But how they counter that is how many special and elite enemies spawn in. But to counter that, they have augments for your perk that do crazy stuff. Classic Zombies didn't really have any of that. In Black Ops 3 we did have gobblegums, but I want to say Black Ops 3 had the most crazy wonder weapons as well. But if we go all the way back to World at War, where you went down in only 2 hits, compared to Black Ops 6, going down in 4 hits, then it seems like modern zombies are easier. But what do you guys think? Because, I'm gonna be honest, I think classic zombies is hard. Let's actually take a moment of actually looking at people who broke the world record for high rounds. Liberty Falls got actually cracked, I believe, in 6 hours. I'll pop that up right now. Terminus actually got their high round cracked very early on too. So it's actually kind of hard for me to say, wow, this is like really difficult when these two maps actually got people going up such a high round. It's absolutely insane with that. Compare that to back in the old days, we're getting to the max round literally about like maybe a year later. Fact alone is actually making you think, wow, maybe the old zombies is actually harder. But let's actually move on to the maps. It's interesting because modern COD zombies got Cold War maps, which felt kind of soulless, to be honest. I felt like Cold War have very standard maps. Fireplace Z did have that defend section, which was kind of cool, but then in BO6 have Terminus, which is a really great map. I mean, seriously, it's like Zetsubo no Shima with steroids. The most coolest map ever, alright? But classic maps have very memorable maps. Black Ops 3 alone beats Cold War, which is why, in my opinion, I have to put my point to Classic. Times might change though, but as of right now, Classic takes a point. Now that is Classic versus modern zombies, But what do you think? Leave a comment and subscribe. Classic zombies beat modern day Call of Duty zombies. But does Black Ops 6 beat Cold War? Well, folks, let's actually buckle in, because you know what? There's actually more to discuss and more to talk about. So let's just get right into it. The battle between Cold War zombies and Black Ops 6 zombies. Both have their unique flavors, but when the dust settles, one will come out on top. So let's break it down. Let's start with Cold War zombies. One of the standout features here is the salvage system. From the start of every game, you're collecting salvage like crazy, but the time you hit a few rounds, you're practically swimming in it. You can spawn in a weapon, upgrade it, and then push it all the way to legendary tier. It feels almost too easy, and let's be honest, you feel like a zombie's millionaire. All that salvage, all those guns, all those upgrades, Cold War really lets you feel powerful. And let's not forget the ammo mods and the support equipment you can craft. You get all the goodies with a little restraint. But then, we have Black Ops 6 zombies. Here, salvage is a little bit more scarce, and it needs to be used sparingly. You can't just upgrade everything and anything you want. The game forces you to think, to plan your resources, and honestly, I kind of like it that way. Black Ops 6 gives you just enough salvage to get by, making each upgrade or weapon choice feel more meaningful. So in this department, Black Ops 6 gets a point for balancing the grind. Next, let's talk about progression. In Cold War, the system was simple. You level up in rounds and you upgrade your perks in the main menu. Straightforward, it's efficient, sure, but it didn't give you a ton of room to strategize. Now, Black Ops 6 takes it to another level with the augment system. You can research a perk like Juggernaut in the main menu, and as you progress through the research, you can unlock the ability to modify it with different attachments. But here's the kicker. You can't just max out every perk, you gotta make tough decisions. Maybe you want to run a Juggernaut turtle shell, where you're practically immortal from behind, but take massive damage from the front. This system forces you to think about how you want to play. It's deeper, more strategic, and adds a ton of replayability. Black Ops 6 definitely gets a point for this one. Now let's talk about special enemies. Cold War zombies didn't have as many special enemies as Black Ops 6, but what it did have were some of the most memorable and powerful foes in the series. The Megaton was a standout, a massive zombie that when killed, split into two toxic monsters, adding a whole new layer of chaos. The Plague Hounds, those acid-spitting dogs, were another terrifying addition. Their acid attacks would melt your health in seconds. Those enemies felt unique, powerful, and provided a real sense of threat. In Black Ops 6 though, the special enemies are more numerous and spawn constantly. While they keep you on your toes, they lack the same memorable impact as the ones in Cold War. Cold War gets a point here for delivering a fewer but more unique and powerful special zombies. Cold War's Wonder Fizz was always there, giving you a full suit of perks right from the start. No waiting around, just pick and go. But in Black Ops 6, the Wonder Fizz isn't available until round 25, and when you do get to it, it's in a spot that's anything but safe. You have to know your perk locations, plan your strategy, and really think about your path. Black Ops 6 takes this one. It's not just handed to you, you have to earn it. So where does that leave us? Sure, Cold War zombies have some amazing perks, salvage abilities, and enemy variety, but ultimately, Black Ops 6 zombies takes the crown. It offers deeper progression and more strategic approach to gameplay, and a world that feels like it's brimming with secrets. The grind is rewarding, the choices are tough, and the experience is fresh every time you play. When it comes down to it, Black Ops 6 isn't just another zombies mode, it's the next evolution, folks. In this ultimate showdown, Black Ops 6 comes out on top. But do you guys agree, disagree? Let us know in the comments below. And remember, it's not just about surviving the zombies, it's about surviving with style. But folks, what makes Call of Duty Zombies so great? You guys ever wonder that? I do. What makes Call of Duty so great? Well, we gotta go back in the beginning and actually discuss it and actually figure it out. So, let's get into it. Call of Duty Zombies, a name that sends shivers down the spines of players. Not because it's scary, well, sometimes it is, but because it's iconic, has transformed from a fun side project into one of the most beloved co-op experiences in gaming history. But what exactly makes Call of Duty Zombies so good? Grab your ray gun, pack a few perks, and let's break it all down. Let's start with the basics. When Zombies debuted in World at War, it was simple. 4 players, 1 map, and 1 objective. Survive. There was no story, no crazy mechanics, just you and a horde of the undead. This simplicity was genius. It allowed players to focus on mastering the fundamentals: aim, movement, and teamwork. And if you were like me that only played the campaign because you suck so bad at multiplayer, Zombies was a great way to actually start, playing. But as the mode evolved, Treyarch introduced layers of complexity. Perk machines like Juggernog and Speed Cola, game changers, Pack-a-Punch, revolutionary. Suddenly, it wasn't just about survival, it was about strategy. Where do you camp? What guns do you prioritize? And do you risk it all for a revive when your buddy inevitably goes down? The beauty of Zombies lies in its balance. A casual player can hop in, shoot some zombies, and have a great time, but a hardcore player, they're thinking about spawn cycles, walleye efficiency, and training techniques. It's a mode that scales with the player's skill level, which is rare in modern gaming. Let's talk about maps. Call of Duty Zombies didn't just create arenas, it created worlds. Think about it. Untoten made us feel like we were trapped in a haunted theater. Origins took us to the trenches of World War I, complete with giant robots stomping through the battlefield. And Horizon, it's literally a castle with a freaking bow and arrow that shoots lightning. The best maps do more than just look cool. They tell a story. Take Mob of the Dead. From the eerie Alcatraz setting to the tragic fates of its characters, everything about it screamed atmosphere. And who can forget the claustrophobic nightmare of Rucht? That map didn't just introduce perks, it introduced pure terror. Each map feels distinct, whether you're dodging lava in transit or solving ancient puzzles in Shangri-La. The variety keeps the mode fresh. And let's not forget the Easter eggs. Those map-wide quests that turn Zombies from a survival mode into a narrative-driven experience. And speaking of narratives, we need to talk about the story. What started as random zombie killing quickly morphed into an epic saga about multiverses. Element 115 and a crew of misfit heroes trying to save reality itself. Who else remembers the first time they heard about Richtofen's plan, or the jaw-dropping reveal of Samantha as the one controlling the zombies? Zombies is one of the few modes in gaming where the story is hidden, encouraging players to piece it together themselves. Radios, ciphers, and mysterious dialogue created a sense of intrigue. It was like solving a puzzle that spanned years. And just when we thought we had it figured out, Treyarch threw us curveballs. Alternate timelines, new crews, and insane revelations like the Dark Aether. But let's be real, folks. One of the biggest reasons we all love Zombies is the weapons. Sure, the MP40 and Galil are classics, but the wonder weapons, baby, they're on another level. The ray gun, iconic. The Thunder Gun, a lifesaver. And then you got creations like the Blundergat, the Sickle Fire, each more ridiculous and powerful than the last. Although Vanoss Gaming really likes the Thunder Gun, so that's pretty cool. And don't even get me started on the Pack-a-Punch. Who doesn't love turning a basic SMG into a death machine with a ridiculous name like the H115 Oxaka? It's like a Christmas morning every time. But perhaps the biggest strength of Zombies is its ability to bring people together, especially with the new Call of Duties. Black Ops 6 has now directed mode where you and a bunch of randoms can actually work together to complete a quest. And you can actually make a lot of friends. Whether it's late night LAN parties or online lobbies filled with strangers, There's something special about clutching a round 30 run with your best friend, or yelling at your teammate for grabbing the nuke at the worst possible moment. And let's not forget the memes, folks. Revive me, I have a ray gun. Let me tell you, that's pretty funny. The never-ending debate over which map is the best. Zombies has managed to stay relevant by constantly evolving. Black Ops 1 introduced Call of the Dead and Moon. Black Ops 2 brought buildables, multiple endings, and the fan favorite Origins. Black Ops 3, arguably, peak of zombies. I'm gonna say it right now, okay? I'm a little biased, a little nostalgia, I just want to say that right now. It's okay. Black Ops 3 have the most iconic maps, but even in Black Ops 4 and 6, while opinions are mixed, you can't deny the ambition to try new things like the elixirs, or the augment system now we have, and directed mode. At the end of the day, what makes Call of Duty Zombies so good is its heart. It's the mode that invites you to survive, explore, and create memories with friends. It's simple yet complex, terrifying yet fun, and it's always evolving. Whether you're a casual player or a high round grinder, Zombies offers something special for everyone. What's your favorite thing about Zombies? The maps, the stories, the weapons? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to hit that like button if this video brought back some nostalgia. Till next time, folks, keep those headshots coming. And remember, always save one zombie.